This is Loudon, New Hampshire, side of round one of the NASCAR Chase for the Cup. And we're looking at a number of interesting stories up here this week. We're looking not only at Jimmie Johnson versus Jeff Gordon versus Tony Stewart and the other guys in the 12-man chase over the next 10 weeks going down to Homestead, Miami. We're also looking at some interesting stories. One is Honda. They're dominating the IndyCar world basically because there's nobody else playing there. Honda is the one major manufacturer, the one major player in this sport worldwide that is not in NASCAR right now. And that's a curiosity, particularly since Honda brought NASCAR to Japan 10 years ago. Those 3 races at Motegi and Suzuka, when they brought everybody over and ran 3 races. And they haven't come back since. They seem to think that whenever we ask them a question that NASCAR racing is too dinosauric in its technology and its engineering. For them, they prefer more high-tech stuff. But you can ask Toyota how high-tech this stuff is, because Toyota's had a pretty miserable first year. But Toyota just came up with Joe Gibbs, Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. That's a heck of a trifecta right there that you could easily win a championship next year with. But Honda's not here, and Honda may be running out of opportunities to get in this sport if it doesn't move quickly. Another question we're looking at are TV ratings. TV ratings have been sort of mediocre for the last year and a half. ABC was boasting about its 4.2 at Richmond last weekend, but a 4.2 doesn't really impress me. I think 6.0s, like we see at Texas every now and then, are pretty impressive. But 4.2, even if it's the best for the weekend, is not really good enough. I want to see some more ratings out of ABC. They've been doing saturation marketing and promotion of this sport, really doing a bang-up job. They have twice as many people on the ground as anybody else has ever had in this sport, and they're doing a good job on that, but the ratings aren't there yet. We'll have to see what happens this weekend. We've got the Richard Childress team. We don't know if they're going to catch fire again. They've sort of fallen off. Matt Kenseth and the Jack Roush bunch and Carl Edwards are sort of mediocre, sort of so-so. Dodge is not doing much except for Kurt Busch, who could easily do something. And we've got that interesting story with Jack Roush. Jack Roush and John Henry, who owns the Fenway Sports Group, which also is a partner with Jack in the NASCAR operation. There's an interest expressed by them in perhaps purchasing this racetrack, which was bought by Bob Bear, which was built by Bob Bear about 15 years ago on the side of an old motorcycle track. Bob is thinking about selling the track. He's expressed an interest in perhaps doing that. It could be worth as much as $300 million. His son doesn't seem to be very interested in running it without his father, and his father is getting a little tired of running the track perhaps, so we'll have to see how that plays out. We thought that this track, if it were sold, would go to ISC, the International Speedway Corporation, owned by the Francis, but we don't know if that's going to play out or not. Bruton Smith is, of course, very interested in it. He would like a second date to Las Vegas, and this track has 2 dates. Las Vegas has only 1, and right there, that's a sort of curiosity. In fact, the fact that this track is the first race of the Chase and not Los Angeles, the first race of the Chase, is sort of curious too. Los Angeles would make a great place. It's a major market. It's the biggest market the NASCAR plays in, and it's the second biggest market in the United States. Loudon, New Hampshire is 90 minutes north of Boston, and Boston's a nice market, but this is not a hotbed of racing. And Loudon and Dover, next week's stop, just don't seem to interest or titillate the crowds that, say, Los Angeles does. So I'm thinking that the schedule should be rechanged, and we should spiff things up and make it a little more punchy at the start. We'll have to see how that plays out. Those are the stories we're looking at this weekend, and once we get inside the track, we'll see just what else we can come up with for you. Mike Mulhern, JournalNow.com, the Winston-Salem Journal, Loudon, New Hampshire, round 1 of the NASCAR Chase for the Championship.